Next guest will make his professional debut. He takes on Nelson Morales in a special four-round bout to kick off the broadcast. Giovanni Marquez. Giovanni, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good. Thanks for asking. Well, after a long time, your much-awaited pro debut, the former national Golden Gloves champion, most outstanding fighter, might I add, makes a pro debut. So we're beginning of the week, 4 or 5 days away. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Had a great training camp on weight. Feel good, ready to go.
You mentioned that your great change are training camps any different preparing for the pros than maybe like an amateur tournament or something, or is it kind of like the same things you're working on the same type of skill set?
Um, Pretty much the same right now, considering it's only a 4 round fight as far as intensity. But we are focusing a bit more on sharpening up things such as defense. No more headgear, no shirt, so things of that nature. Defense. Now that we're in the pros, sitting down on our shots and things of that nature.
So it's the way you fight an amateur fight, and I know most people know this. You tweak it a little bit to kind of fit quote the pro style.
Right, right.
So obviously, much of the talk about this, your father, who's the great broadcaster on ShoBox, it's his show, and you're turning pro on that platform. That must be a big thrill.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're making history. I don't think a father-son duo have ever done anything like this, and we're excited.
I know, just listening to a few of your interviews over the past couple of days that you were an athlete in other sports first. You played soccer, you played football, and you kind of started picking up the boxing bug, a little bit later. When did you feel that this not only your amateur success and this type of event, a pro debut with being on national television? When did you think that was in reach for you?
I think I felt maybe a year of professional ranks in boxing, but it was after this run I had in the Golden Gloves where I for sure knew I was ready. I was giving guys 8 counts, stopping guys, and I was just really dominant in my last tournament.
So you felt that quote pro styles started to kind of mature in that national Golden Gloves tournament.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And actually, it's probably the biggest tournament or one of the biggest tournaments that you've been in. How satisfying that you proved that you put your best performances under the biggest lights, so to speak.
Yeah, it was a big thing for Team Marquez winning that Golden Gloves national title. It opened up a lot of doors as well, and I'm glad I stayed around for that tournament because prior to that I had thoughts of going pro, but after speaking with my dad, David as well, we thought it was best to stick around for the Golden Gloves, and sure enough, I won the most outstanding fighter, and a lot of doors opened with that.
David McWhorter, Split Team Management.
Yes, sir.
You're mentioning there. But you mentioned your dad, obviously the former United States Olympian, former world champion. I'm not gonna ask you everything because I'm sure we could be here for hours and tell you what kind of advice. But what's maybe the biggest thing that stood out to you that he's told you?
The biggest thing that he has told me thus far is something that he stresses is not to load up. This is going to be new. It's going to feel a bit different, smaller gloves. He says, don't get excited with the little gloves. You're going to feel extremely powerful, and don't load up. Just go in there, do your thing, stay relaxed, touch, then sit down on your shots.
You also have a brother who turned pro, and he was 11-0 or 10-0 as a pro. I mean, brothers probably talk more than father sons, I guess, maybe sometimes, and you're somewhat close in age. What has he told you?
He's told me the same thing too. He told me in his professional debut with the little gloves, he got excited and he got a little bit tired in the first round. He said, just go in there, stay relaxed, touch, then load up.
It's funny. I've done a lot of interviews, and when we do these video type interviews, most of the people in the background, they may have pictures or something. See a lot of trophies in the background. Is that purposely done?
No, those are just there. Those are a few of them. I have more in my closet, a lot of belts and things of that. I'm still waiting on my ring from the National Golden Gloves.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yeah.
if you're out there watching, you send it down to Houston. My man's waiting
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
for his ring. What do you expect? Obviously, we're in March. You're making your pro debut. I know it's one fight at a time, but how active do you plan on being the first 9 to 12 months?
Yeah, I definitely want to be as active as possible to continue to develop my skills, to continue to, get comfortable in there. And I think being active is a key thing to succeeding in this sport.
What one trait? Because I'm sure you watch some of your dad's fights. Is there a trait that we may see Friday night that we say, that looks like Raul Marquez from way back when? Is there something in your game that we may see that could emulate that?
You could possibly see me switching to the left-handed stance, which he was a left-handed
Mhm.
fighter. I'm a predominantly right-handed fighter, but I do like to switch, so that would be a similarity there. Fighting out of the left-hand position, and also his jab. That's something that I picked up from him in his one of his fights in the Olympic trials. He was throwing the jab, and we think the jab is the most important punch in the game, and I definitely want to work off my jab.
Real quickly, Nelson Morales, he's 2-0. Have you seen either of his fights? What do you know about him?
Yeah, I don't really, sit there and study the guy, but I've seen film on him. He's 2-0. He's hungry. This is a good opportunity for him. Definitely not taking him lightly, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna just go out there and do what I got to do to come out victorious. And I think what I have to do is put pressure. I think he's gonna try to box, but I'm just gonna apply the pressure and break him down round by round.
What do you want to tell the fans out there in closing? Last couple of questions. What do you want to tell the fans out there before we let you go?
I want to tell the fans, thank you for supporting Team Marquez. Keep supporting Team Marquez. We are here to stay for a good long while. And tune in March 11th live on Showtime.
And the last question, where do fans, who I'm sure they're going to kind of get to know you a little bit on Friday night, where do fans follow you on social media?
Follow me on Instagram, Giovanni.Marquez, Twitter, GeoMarquez36.
That's GIO, right?
Yes, sir.
What's the 36 stand for?
That was actually my football number when I was a young
I
kid.
was going to say that. I would be
Yeah.
my first guess.
Yes,
So
sir.
there you have it, Giovanni. I know it's been a long day for you, so we're going to let you go get some rest, and we will see you this Friday night live on ShoBox, the new generation. Anytime there's always me a Marquez on ShoBox, the new generation. This
Yes,
this,
sir.
this time you're going to be the guy fighting, and we will see you this Friday night from Deadwood, South Dakota. We look forward to it. We look forward to talk to you a lot over the next 15, 20 years or so.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on.
My honor. Thank you.